It is Saturday, August 20th, today, I think. We had some crazy stuff happen to us since the last time we were with you guys. We want to share a couple things before that though. So we are here in the old sorghum patch, the pig area from last year. This is where we've had crops growing like squashes and things.
Yeah.
We planted out a bunch of pumpkin squash and how's it doing?
It's not doing.
It's not doing
anything
at all.
We had a zucchini plant from last season that we left in here to go to seed, and it actually got invaded with squash bugs.
Right. We have the aftermath, which is them basically taking out all of our squashes that we had planned for this fall. So that's not going to happen.
Nope.
We are going to come back and replant, right? And just obviously not do squash because the sorghum in here is doing fantastic. That's come back on its own.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's beautiful. We'll get it to seed and reseed the area. I don't have a problem with it coming up because it looks beautiful, especially with the rain. We had too much wind and rain last weekend. So I'm going to give you guys an idea of some destruction here. Our wonderful pomegranate is going out of the screen in the bottom left-hand corner. That's sitting on top of our wood chip pile. I'll zoom in to give you an idea of how far it flew. This is a shot right here of hogwarts. We had placed this the day before. And actually, this is a good shot of where it was. At the bottom of your screen is the new pig pen. This was actually lifted up off the ground. And we're assuming kind of how we're flying here is how it flew through the air over the top of the new turkey enclosure, lost a couple of pieces of wood that we had put on there, and then it came to rest right here at the top of your screen as we come up on top of it. This is actually where we have our livestock acre we haven't started working on yet. Here you're gonna get a shot of water entering the property adjacent to the outbuilding. It's actually flowing in front of the berry area, and then you'll see that it actually goes down the roadway that we have on our property line. You can see our property line there on the left-hand side. And this water continues to flow back, heading south. We'll get a good shot here overhead. Our property line is immediately next to our orchard there. So most of this flows off the property and then comes back onto the property here where we have our livestock acre. So of course, holding the water on the property is going to be our goal here in this area.
So it is Monday, August 15th, and we got some good rain last night. Actually, we had a microburst come in last night. Had a little bit of destruction on the farm. So a couple of things. We had an apple tree and a jujube tree get pretty knocked over. So I was out staking those this morning to try to pull them the opposite way, see if we could save those. So one of the things that we had worked on this past weekend is getting ready for the pigs to come in. And we had gotten their enclosure all put in, and we actually got hogwarts put over here. And as you can see behind me, it's gone. When we came out last night, this whole fence right here and T-posts were completely bent down. And we were like, where did Hogwarts go? So this is where we found Hogwarts, which is over on our future livestock acre, is what we call it, which is several hundred feet away from where it was yesterday. But thankfully, it landed over here and not on any of the animals, their enclosures, somebody's house, any of the neighbors' properties. So we are thankful for that. We did have the duck enclosure get pretty beat up, some bent poles in there, and the whole thing had shifted. We had only had 2 T-posts on 2 of the corners, so we need to go back and re-straighten all that and then get T-posts on the other couple corners just to make sure if another microburst comes through that we don't lose that.
So Lori's been starting with the aftermath of putting that together. We're going to be continuing that today. We have some larger cleanup that we need to do first though. There we go. Best I can do. So one of the things that was most impressive with the microburst that we had last Sunday was just how much power there was in those very, very fast winds. Now, we don't know how fast the winds were, but we do know that it basically just took hogwarts, which is several hundred pounds of steel. It took it from this spot that you see here, and it threw it a good 200 to 300 feet in the air. We know it was in the air because it basically went kind of as the crow flies, and it went right over the top of the new turkey area, and then landed upside down just about where we actually have always kept this, near the livestock acre. Just in case we see another one, which is pretty rare, but it could happen, is we're going to be securing this with a couple more T-posts here to try to keep it onto the ground, just to make sure that once we have pigs in here, we're okay. This is our duck coop, and it got just wrecked, only having those 2 points where it was connected to the ground, having nothing in the back, so it was basically just whipping in that wind. It bent the posts on the west side pretty badly. The only good thing with all of this is it didn't tear any of the screen, the shade cloth, and it didn't do any other damage otherwise. And then of course, it didn't actually blow away like Hogwarts did. So today all we did was just reinforce it with some additional T-posts. Now we have T-posts on all 4 corners, and we definitely learned that while this won't fly away when it's attached to the ground, with the turkey coop, we definitely need to make sure that it's attached on all 4 points. So that was a good learning experience for us. This is what's left of our wonderful pomegranate. Lori talked a little bit about the fact that it flew a couple hundred feet from here, landed in our wood chip pile, just snapped right off at the ground and threw it on over there. So it's still coming back. These are not grafted trees, so coming back from the roots is just fine. I know this has some solid root mass underneath the ground here. Only thing we're trying to do with this cage is keep rabbits from chewing on the brand new growth, because actually it's growing really, really well. Now we finally have the turkey enclosure done. We've been putting it off because the turkeys have been feathering out. At this point, they're starting to fly pretty good. Now we don't have a roost in here. We're gonna be working on that here over the next week or two because we do want them to be able to get off the ground. So what we'll do is drop a couple of pallets in here and get the water and the feed moved over. More importantly, I know Lori's very excited, the turkeys will actually have their own home. You gotta jump in, turkeys. Come on, guys. Settle down.
It's 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So we're 2 hours past our normal quitting time, but the thing about today is it's sweaty, but it's humid. It's not super hot.
Yeah.
So it's the only thing that allowed us to go a little further. So what I wanted to do was give you guys a quick before and after shot of the river that was the main road leading back into the farm. We got a shot of that thing just as a raging river last Sunday. I'd like to show you what that looks like when there isn't any rain. What was amazing, I think, about that storm more than anything is that was 1.5 inches of rain.
Yeah.
That's it. So it fell in about 20 to 30 minutes, but it caused all of that flooding. That shows you just how much of the rain just runs off here in the desert. Really got to make sure we're holding it onto the farm as best we can. So now you picked up something this week for the goats. What did you get? What did you find?
I did. So we had been wanting to get a stand feeder for the goats for in their area because we just have the small one inside and it only fits one flake of hay at a time. And so the one at Tractor Supply that I found was like $300 and some. So on Craigslist, I found someone that turns IBC totes into livestock feeders.
Yeah, so we got
one of those.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool. So you picked that up this week, and we got it unloaded this morning and put into their enclosure. What was really funny is it didn't take Violet very long to learn she could just climb right up in there. Violet, what are you doing inside there? Huh? Huh, girl? Where are you in here? Huh? Hi, Rosie. Rosie's like, yeah, I tried to tell her.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem.
Especially for her, because she's our skinniest goat. She takes after me. She's the skinny one. I can tell you, after having a day like today where it's going to be about 90 degrees and about 90% humidity, I would much rather have 110 degrees and 20% humidity.
Yeah, I agree.
So just want to thank you guys for joining us today. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. We cover a lot of things here on this newly established farm in the Arizona desert, but would love to see you on a regular basis. Any questions or comments, please leave those in the comment section down below. And our Amazon shop, I'll leave a link down in the description. That is a free, painless way to help support the channel. If you start with the link down below, it doesn't matter what you buy, you help to support us here. So just want to thank you for joining us today and remind you, if we can farm on the edge of nowhere,
so can you. Oh, you're just walking out.
Well, I was going to close it.
So let's let more of them come out.
I know, I'm gonna close it. They've got heads poking out and feet poking out. There we go. What? I'm gonna see if I kiss you, if the thing will transfer to me. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Let's try it again.
It's on you.
You gotta kiss my face.
No, it was already on you.
It worked. See? Look at that.
It's on you before.
All you need to do when you're nervous is kiss me. That's my plan. We have some larger cleanup that we need to do first, though. The stuff we've been talking about. It's a mosquito, don't smack me.
I have cleavage
Let's go ahead and pause it, yeah. I saw it, it's pretty sexy.
Not really, I'm like, how do I hide that?
I'm gonna have you stay right there. Especially for her, because she's our skinniest goat. She takes after me, she's the skinny one.
Yeah.
Wait, what does that mean if I say I'm the skinny one? I can tell you what it doesn't mean. I did not say it, I did not say that.
Did you just call me fat?
Oh, man.
I'm not fat.
I gotta just keep my mouth shut.
Just because I weigh 10 pounds more than you.
Nah.
Doesn't mean you have to be the skinny one.
Moving along. I'm not saying anything else.